Well, joining us now is Gregg Jarrett, Fox News legal analyst, big best-selling author. Greg, we were just explaining Jack Smith, of course, the former special counsel. That's the guy who went after President Trump, all the different investigations against him. And now it turns out, right, Greg, that he was under oath, right? He was in the hearing. He was asked, did you get any text messages of members of Congress, this sort of Arctic frost secret spying? And he said, no, we just got phone numbers. We basically got a log. Now it turns out, right, that according to Senator Grassley, that there were lots of text messages. So tell us what you know.
Yeah, I think Jack Smith could be facing charges for perjury and false statements because you're right, Rita, 7 months ago, he testified under oath that he and his legal team never read any text messages from members of Congress, never received or accessed them. But, the Department of Justice has uncovered documents that show just the opposite, that they did. And they read the communications of more than 40 members of Congress, including texts from White House phones. They had a filter team, but that was, it turns out, just for show, because Smith and his team covertly bypassed it to secretly access and read the text, and then Smith lied about it under oath. So, it's a grotesque abuse of power that shredded constitutional protections like the First Amendment and rights to privacy. Smith and his Confederates targeted, in fact, the entire Republican apparatus, a total of more than 430 individuals and organizations spying on their communications, their phone metadata, and now it turns out their text messages, probably emails as well. And, of course, the goal was to get Trump by hook or by crook, anybody in his orbit as well. They created a political enemies list reminiscent of Richard Nixon. And the documents show also that Judge James Boasberg was complicit, signing a court order compelling phone companies to cough up the records and then, unbelievably, barring them from telling members of Congress, which is strictly prohibited by law. You can't do that. And, don't forget, Merrick Garland and Christopher Wray and Lisa Monaco, the deputy AG, they were all in on it.
Wow.
And so, criminally, that's called deprivation of rights under color of law and conspiracy against rights. Those are both crimes and civil wrongs.
Greg, go for Tony Carbonetti. You go first. Go ahead.
Hold on. When the auto pen was cranked up, Jack Smith didn't get himself a pardon?
He should have.
He should have thought about this a long time ago. He knew what he did.
Yeah, he knew what he did. But, in his arrogance, he thought he could get away with it. The problem is there's always a paper trail, and it's taken a while. But, in fact, the DOJ and the FBI have coughed up the relevant incriminating documents.
See, Fauci was smart enough to get himself one.
Well, yeah, Fauci was smart enough. Now, Greg, nobody's gone to jail that's a Democrat. I mean, a lot of people have gone to jail or got convicted, ready to go to jail as Republicans. I mean, the Democrats really, really did a job on them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, is anybody going to go to jail in the Democratic Party?
Well, I was encouraged when I watched in its entirety Todd Blanche's confirmation hearing, and he was asked about that, whether, based on this newly discovered evidence, the DOJ, under his leadership, will investigate and prosecute. And he said yes. So I know Todd a little bit. I'm going to hold him to his word.
Yeah, because we were just talking about, we brought up some of the examples, Greg, in the past. Bannon, Navarro, look at what they did with President Trump. Had he not become president, you wonder what would have happened. So, I mean,
I want to know what's going to happen when he's not president.
Yeah, well, that's another good point, Greg. I mean, who knows what's going to happen and who knows who they're going to go after. But do you think we actually will? I mean, do you think realistically, it seems pretty clear cut. He's on tape. I was watching it today. This is what he said. And now we know the facts are different.
Well, there's a grand jury convened in South Florida that has been looking into the weaponization and the violation of constitutional rights that took place in, the prosecutions against Trump brought by Jack Smith, the one in Florida, the one in Washington, D.C. And I'm fairly optimistic that they have been sedulously gathering the evidence and will potentially bring charges against people who did this.
Wow. Well, keep us posted if you could, please, very, very much. Judge Weinberg, do you have something really quick?
And let's not forget about the prosecution by the Manhattan DA's office using somebody who's one of the top people at the Justice Department who came to New York taking a job as an assistant DA to lead the prosecution against Trump.
Colangelo, right?
Case. I mean, don't forget about that one, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, it shows you, Judge, that the Biden administration was behind it. And there's pretty solid evidence that, the White House itself was participating in all four of the criminal prosecutions against Donald Trump.
Wow. Well, boy, keep us posted,
Thank
Greg.
you, Greg.
It doesn't get more
Greg,
deep state than this.
Us guys, we have to stick together and we have to insist on the justice being done.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do.